Pyrotechnic Course. I like the sound of that. I don't know what I expected. I expected it to not explode, which is a bad idea. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, you know what? That's actually kind of cool. It hits the fireworks button, and it also doesn't cause Mario to become invisible. Screams nitrogen? You're not wrong. Oh, what's up, Dopdash? How you doing? My integrity as a judge? What integrity?
Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toad's tune is missing again. Looks like Bob's eyes are it again.
I'll note that I didn't read it. There we go. Yeah, this has advanced hacker on it. I'm digging this. Oh. Like, the concept's fairly simple. Anytime you get a Bullet Bill spawn to Mario's X position, it will explode. Which means I'm dead. But yeah, that's the idea. Oh. Yeah, this seems cute so far. I'm enjoying this. I was talking earlier about how I probably wouldn't have... Like, I legitimately would have not, like, gone and done the judging for this had it not been for the gag. Like, I like to keep it to 2 a year. I did CLDC, I did QLDC, and I'm also doing Ampersam's puzzle thing as a dedicated puzzler. That one I think is perfectly reasonable, because, like, honestly, I'd end up playing it anyway. Because if you literally said, hey, Pat, here's a giant pack full of puzzle levels. Yeah, of course I'm going to play that. There was never a chance I wasn't. Okay. I'm intrigued by the red blocks. Yeah, that was intractable. That, however, was highly tractable. I'm dead. Mistakes were made. I really hope it's saved. Nope, we have to be at it again. That's what I get for thinking levels are gonna, like, have infinite lives, and it just didn't. Just not at all. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. Oh, blue Switch Palace. So I could turn on a Switch Palace. I don't want to. We'll do the Switch Palace after. We will, however, set lives to 69. Because that seems smart to me. Oh, whoops. Oof. It's a really cute gimmick, and it's not a hard one to do. I'm actually pretty amused. Whereas, like, getting the fireworks to work without destroying the Mario sprite is more of an undertaking. I hope that doesn't start shooting one at me. What's interesting is it almost feels like it should be on a timer because of what it's doing, but it isn't. Anyway. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, we might not end up doing D&D. Well, probably not doing D&D this week, because the DM come down with a bit of a cough. I noticed during the puzzles that he was having trouble. He'd canceled D&D a couple times in recent history because of this. I figured because he's like, oh, everyone's going to go to Pat's for puzzles anyway, so we don't really need more time together. But I think the cough probably has more to do with it. Just unfortunate. So there's that. But also, I don't really want a dry cough either. I've had my share of maladies this year already. Come on. I didn't mean to press jump there. Always terrifying. Always terrifying. Speaking of freaking coughs. Okay, I got lucky there. Right. Okay. Gotta think that one through. Oh, anyway. Why'd I do that? Really, really, really want to know when I'm going out to the East Coast. It's bugging me. Also looks like I'm going to have to write some documentation tomorrow, which is probably good. I could use the hours. There's a bit of documentation I didn't work on yesterday that I should have. But it's also a difficult thing to answer. It's a security survey, because they love sending out these security surveys. And I had questions such as, who do you use for this particular service? And I'm like, we don't use a service like that yet, because we don't have that. Like, this is incredibly and highly relevant if you're doing self-hosting, but we're not. Yeah, I know. Like, it's kind of an important detail. Like, what do you use for encrypting stuff? The OS? Like, we're not presently hosting anything that's encrypted in a database elsewhere. God, I do not love the RNG-ness of bullet bills. Right? That one always fires at that point. So, that kind of thing. Just really want to throw out a lot of not applicables. But, alas. Don't love the hitboxes on those. Okay. After we're done puzzling, we did to watch. Snyder really wanted to show Fiskabit the Broom Shakalaka, which is an interesting video, one of those late night Adult Swim weird ads that they like to do from time to time. And part of the reason why he wanted to do that was because it's got one of his favorite little weird actors in it. The guy who does that, who sells the Broom Shakalaka. He was part of like some sort of YouTube group that was getting money directly from YouTube to like make stuff. And he shows up in all sorts of weird places. Like there's a famous deposition where someone's asking a question about a photocopier and asks the guy repeatedly if he's ever used or made photocopies. And he walks him through an explanation as to what a photocopy is until he's finally like, okay, and then you press the button and a piece of paper comes out. What do you call that? The Xerox? But beyond that, he had his other stuff. He had like 2 or 3 other like little YouTube shows. One was called Oh Shit, which is a show about culture and arts and stuff, but it never actually is. Basic idea is that bad things happen while filming and he doesn't explain. Well, he tries to explain what's going on, and like there's a mummy or a monster that needs the crystal and this and that and that. He's always just running places. And he has a friend who's a leprechaun, which is funny. But it's like 10 episodes of this, and it's actually pretty decent, just silly. Fistwick kept asking, how much more of this is there? What I find interesting about it, I guess, to make it a point as to why Oh Shit's not terrible, is it's like about meta filmmaking, in a way. I don't know how you're supposed to survive that, because the timing for that always comes down that way. I should have gone one more step further. He also did a show called Honkers, which was sort of like a show about a show, And in that inside show, the character would go around and sort of, you're on candid camera, surprise, grope women. But this is treated as absolutely hilarious inside of the world itself. And of course, the actual crux of the show is about him losing his wife. And yeah, it's a very weird narrative. Like, it sounds bad, and it kind of is bad, but also it isn't. Because of how it's handled. It's just strange. Ah! Cool, I get to come here and not die instantly. That's nice. Okay. There we go. I might want the Red Switch Palace. Anyway, I kind of wonder why that guy shows up in so many places. Like, I don't think... Like, based upon, like, the footage from Oh Shit, which I'm gonna guess is mostly done, like, outside of his house. He lives in LA, or at least did at the time. Whereas, like, the Cartoon Network seems to do most of their stuff, like, out of Georgia. Because Georgia is offering massive subsidies for films and stuff recently. I think they've always been in Georgia, maybe? I'm not really sure. Like, I know Aqua Teen Hunger Force was largely made in Georgia because there's a bit at the end where they go, made in Georgia. To let you know, it was made in Georgia. I want to stress, the state, not the country. Because when it says made in Georgia, it shows a picture of a peach. Which is, like, the symbol of Georgia. Because peaches. Arguably, it could be onions. The Vidalia onion is also a very important bit of agriculture that comes out of Georgia. A particular type of very sweet white onion. Now, you can get sweet white onions, don't get me wrong, but they're not Vidalias. You know, it's one of those types of varietal things. It has something to do with the soil pH as to why they're so sweet. Oh, 100% peaches have better PR. Which is the point to make that, you know, we're not talking about the country. We're talking about the state. Which can get confusing when we're dealing with international audiences. Ah, things. Oh. Oh no, I don't think that's true. I was thinking that nuts. I think maybe it would have worked out a different way. Anyway. Been to Georgia a few times, mostly as a kid. Because nowadays I don't have a lot of reason to go to Georgia. The main draw of going to Georgia from where I am in Seattle is that it's a major Delta hub. And I live in Seattle, so there's not a lot of utility for me going there. It used to be the case that when I went to my dad's, I'd fly through, I would fly through down there, because he was on Delta and preferred it, and he bought the tickets. Once I started buying tickets, I was flying such that I don't have to overshoot my location, because it would drive me nuts. Here we go. Okay. I know ducking doesn't do anything when you're small Mario, but... I don't know why I jumped. I don't care, it's faster. It does it, it's terrible. So typically, whenever I was going to Alabama, I would take my connecting flight to be in, like, Dallas, Fort Worth, or what have you. It was a much better experience. Yeah, I like the concept here, but it's also really irritating because you never quite know when a bullet bill is going to launch unless you're, like, doing the global timer in your head, which I'm not. I don't think the global timer for the fireworks matches up. Like, I felt like that would have gone off a few times. And that one always goes off. Okay, try this again. Oh, come on now. But when we went there as kids, we'd drive from Alabama and would actually see the big Peach Water Tower. We're so excited about the Peach Water Tower. It's a 4-hour car. It was like a 3-hour car ride. Gotta do something. But yeah. We used to go to the water park there. It's called Whitewater. Don't know if it's still open. It's been years. Like, I haven't really been to Georgia since. I think I visited my brother's in-laws once in Georgia. And that's the last time I think I did it. I don't even remember when that was. It was so long ago now. Quite literally, I remember going to the Atlanta museum, or not museum, the aquarium, and being somewhat unimpressed. Mostly because I'd been to the Chattanooga one. You could just walk off there, Pat. You know that. And, like, the Chattanooga one's just legitimately awesome. Well, that was a unique way to die. Other than that, I don't think I've actually been back in a long time. I don't really have a need to, like I said. I'm sure his in-laws still live in Georgia. Okay. That was incredibly irritating. Okay, just walk off. Do it one lap. I might need a second lap because of where it is position-wise. I got lucky there, like 100% lucky. My gut instinct tells me... Yeah, there's no way of avoiding that. If I get hit by both of those, there's just nothing doing. It's just, you die. Okay. Let's jump. On the bright side, given that we've seen 3 dragon coins, I don't think this can be all that long of a level. We'll see, though. Yeah, what if it'd be easier to get to, like, GDQ, AGDQ, because, again, it's gonna be in Atlanta this year. Which... not fantastic for me. Like... no family out there, which... when it was in DC, it seemed like it's such an easy thing to do, but it was only there for, like, 1 year, and then it moved. Would generally prefer it to have been in DC, to be honest. But it suffers from being the same weekend as MagFest. Also debated whether or not, like, if I wanted to, going to Winter Comic-Con. And again, I don't really like winter. But that would require, like, making a commitment at the very beginning of the year. There we go. Wait for that. I got lucky there. So lucky. It's the furthest I've been with a power-up, as far as I know. Furthest I've been with a power-up, he says. Okay. Wait a cycle. I thought I was safe. The fact they blow up on top of the launcher sometimes is vexing. Anyway. I think I'm at a point where I'm just tired and hungry, so I can't really think of much else to talk about. Have some bad luck with timing, and you're just like, yep, that's the level. I think this is a cool, like, gimmick, but honestly, it just kind of reminds me why I hate bullet bill blasters. Like, it's not exactly RNG, but it's more or less RNG. Especially when combined with, like, let's put an obstacle off screen so you can't really see it. I guess I could have used the scroll there, but I don't really like using scroll. And then sometimes... Okay, we're just gonna respawn that critter. It doesn't matter that we got me killed. Back after too long again? Ah, it's fine. It makes sense to kind of come and go. Not that much is happening right now. Oh. We just want some eggs now. I might do that tomorrow. Either do a little fry up for breakfast or dinner. I'm not sure yet. Not again! Stage is pretty neato, like the firework custom effect, but I mean, the thing is that, like, what this ends up doing is it makes you need to just be patient and wait for the bullet bills to show up so you can do the setups. And bullet bills are on typically on an irritating global timer, but I guess that's not the case here, is it? And then you end up with cases where, like, it just explodes on itself, and you're like, woo, that was fun. Like that. And there's no winning when you get into that situation. They're just in. I'm also pretty sure I saw the lagless firework things on Blue Sky at some point in recent history. Okay. Can I despawn one of them? Can I despawn both of them? Cool. Okay. I knew it. And I got lucky. Okay, cool. New territory. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, I hate everything. Really hate everything. Like, there's only so much you can really do to feel more in control of this, and I'm not doing a very good job of it. What's up, Luis? How you doing? I think it's a cool mechanic. Like, I think it's a cool concept, more than level. Especially all of this, like, you need to be ducking to not die bit. That was really good at making stage. They would make 31 stages. It's true. How's it going? It's going well. Just playing some levels, doing the things. Cannot complain, except for the part where I got hosed. Yeah, this anonymous cow herd. It's surprising. It's spent so much time also making levels when he needs to herd cows. Mr. Jen go on board tomorrow. That's fine. VODs are always there and will end up on YouTube eventually. All levels will be played. I really wish there wasn't so much of the you need to be ducking to not get hit. Just saw the announcement. I mean, it is pretty late. Like I said, this is probably going to be the last one. Is where I don't want to undertake another larger one after this. And there's still a decent amount left to go. I saw like 10 more after this to complete. Well, not quite 10. This would be, I guess, 8 more after this. I knew it! Oh, wow. Think about here. Crap. Guess if I'm not collecting them all, it matters a whole lot less. Not again. Fine. Thought of an idea for CLDC or something. You're afraid people will be mean? Just put it out there. It'll be fine. It's the nature of these contests. I mean, the judges certainly won't be mean. Typically, I guess I did write at least one comment that was a little mean, but I don't think it was your level. To be fair, that level lacked levelness in its entirety. It knows. It just knows. Okay, there we go. I was pressing down! Okay, now let it explode once. I'm gonna let it explode twice. Then we jump up. Jump over that. Gonna hug the wall. Jump to this. Wait for it to explode. Damn it! Understand, couldn't think of anything better in 24 hours. That's fine, it's a 24-hour contest. Some of these are winners, some of them are losers. I mean, not like loser, but like they're not going to win because, like, you know, it happens. It's the nature of contests. I did a competition yesterday and I came in dead last. I mean, dead last is not entirely true, but out of a field of 125 people-ish, I tied for 125th with a great number of other people, but still would have liked to have at least won one match. Got a bit of bad luck in my draw, both people-wise and game-wise. I got a couple of heavy hitters for my first couple of rounds. I was playing a pinball tournament. I got one dude who I knew was a heavy hitter and like, ah, crap, I am hosed from the get-go. And then he had an amazing ball. Like, got a third of the way towards rolling the machine. Which is to say, you know, overflowing the amount of score you can get. Want to be anonymous? I mean, that's not really how they do things. There's no shame in getting last. Like, you still get a little gift, little PNG for your profile. There's no shame in it. But I don't think that's really how they do things. Ah, for Pete's sake. All this level's really reminding me about is why I hate bullet bills. I just hate bullet bills. Like, they're tolerable in, like, Kaizo levels, because they have to be. But here it's like, they just go off and hit you, and you're like, yeah, that was cool. Just forces me to wait around for another cycle. Okay, let it go like 3 times. See, like this! There's no winning there! Ow. Oh yeah, it could be shaped for other rings. How you doing, Fiskbit? Does remind me, after I'm done with this, I need to run the test ROM thing you pointed me at. Did I get your concept? I don't know if I played your level. So I'm gonna say no. I don't know. I didn't come across a level yet that I'm like, is totally, this is your kind of level. But it's one of those like luck of the draw things when you're doing levels the way I do, you never quite know who you're going to get first, second, third, fourth, or 15th. I'm so ready to not be playing this part again. I'm debating turning on the Switch Palace, because it would give me a little more leeway with a few of these setups. But how many levels have I played so far? 20. This is the 23rd level. So, I still have a decent amount to go. But I'm on the downswing, which is lovely. Okay. I didn't hold B. Didn't hold B. Like, I was doing really well there! Anyway, hoping to get this done this week. We'll see what happens. Or at least early next week at most. Other judges are very much on their way towards completion. At least some of them are, so it'd be good to get this done sooner than later. Especially if I have to travel, which remains in the air. Vexingly so. Gonna go back to sleep. I work on SMB level 2. Alright, well good luck with both sleeping and working on the SMB 2 level. Both laudable things to do. I still have one more SMB 2 level to get to. Okay, wait, 2 cycles here. Jump in the pit. Wait. Sup, Groovy Gadget? I'm at leeway there would be lovely. Okay. Does this level have an epilepsy warning? I don't think any levels have had epilepsy warnings. I got lucky there. I think I'm safe. I'm not. No! That was not safe at all. Ugh, I'm so ready for this level to be over. Yeah, typically we don't get warnings like that kind of thing. Good, just woke up. Nice. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've gotten, like, readmes. I don't know if people just don't do them anymore, or they're not furnished to the judges, or whatever. Like, at this point, we just don't really get them. And I would be the kind of things I wouldn't put in a readme, I'd imagine. Okay, good. Yeah, I think my problem is I just don't have any theory of Bullet Bill. Like, why it would go off any point in time. Like, that one is oddly consistent. All of the other ones aren't. There we go. And 2. And in. Okay, we're safe. Okay. I like that one. That setup can stay. I'm so tired of dying because I'm not holding down enough. Okay, got lucky there. Alright, this is fine. I I might just turn on the Switch Palace. I think at this point it might actually just be a good idea. Started Partners in Time on your Wii. Nice. I've heard good things about those games. I've never actually played any of them to any real amount. Okay. Oh, that's friggin' lovely again. Okay, watch as I get raked here. I knew it! I wasn't sure if at that height I'd be safe. Anyway. What else? I guess that reminds me, so I used the word raked. I was reading The Dilbert Principle, because I had a physical copy of it. Forgotten about it. Sitting on a bookshelf for a while. I wanted a bathroom reader. It's the kind of book that works okay for that. Because, like, you don't really read the, like, management part. That part's really boring. So, like, the book itself contains really 3 classes of things. One is the actual narrative by Scott Adams, which you could kind of take or leave, about his theories about the workplace and whatnot, circa 1995. The second part is Dilbert comics, because, you know, if you're going to write a book and you're a comic guy, you're definitely going to include comics, because of course you would. And then the third stuff are stories that were sent to him about various inadequacies in the workplace. There's a few good ones. But the reason I'm thinking about this is because there's a Dilbert cartoon set about, firewalking as a team-building exercise. That he was part of. He worked at AT&T for a number of years in the 80s, if I recall correctly. So, like, he did have some insight, but honestly, most of it, the good stuff, was probably just stuff people sent him over the years. So those ones are fun, the little stories. The best one is one of the last ones near the end of the book, which is about soda. Large company had free soda for people, and then started an experiment to determine what sodas were being, were being consumed. To, you know, properly order things. People complain, it's like, yeah, you know, I drink Coke because it has caffeine in it, but I don't really like, but now, because I can't find Coke, now I'm drinking root beer. And I don't even like root beer, so you'll think there's a demand for root beer. It's like, well, yes, but if you are really liking one of the specific beverages, you'll go to another floor and try to find them. And he's like, but I'd interrupt my work. Why might I want to do that? Then eventually, near the end, they finally get a bit where it admits that it was all really just a ploy to eventually phase out the benefit. And of course, the funny thing is, at least to me, is that I was at Microsoft where they tried to do something very similar. There were 2 really big ones. They had this dumbass who wanted to, like, nickel and dime for savings for a short period of time. And his 2 big contributions were, 1, moving all of the office supplies to only be on the first floor. So people would need fewer of them, I guess. And the other one was eliminating the towels from the locker rooms. Because, like, some people would go on runs partway through the day or bike to work, and in order to not smell bad, they'd want to shower, which is nice. And because there was a towel service provided to the local gym, I forget the name at this point, like Pro Club or something. And yeah, it was like incredibly cheap, but because he wanted to save like a couple extra nickels, he's like, oh no, we can't have towels. Gotta bring your own towel. Yeah, he didn't last long at Microsoft, but he did get to interfere with some very stupid budget ideas, so. I hate that part so much. Okay, well, probably isn't. Actually, no, because the moment I jump over here, it's gonna fire. There's no safe spot from that one either. Anyway. As I was saying, one of the stupid bits was firewalking as a team-building exercise. The only other bit that I remember reading out of there was he was involved in a ropes course thing and faked a hand injury so he didn't have to do any of the stupid ropes course stuff. And he wore a helmet for some reason. Felt very cool about wearing a helmet, and until someone pointed out that the helmet was on backwards. So yeah. I think the moral of the story is don't wear a helmet unless you're actually doing something. There we go. Okay. Now we wait. Oh! Dang it, I didn't see the other one go off. Where did the other one even come from? I didn't go that far off screen. Does it not pretend his head was on backwards? I mean, to be fair, he wasn't actually doing anything that merited wearing the helmet. Like, he didn't need any protection, because he wasn't doing anything. He was just, like, lounging around and wearing a stupid helmet. So, I don't know. He never made that exact part clear. It's probably for the best. What is going on now? No! They're RNG now! Of course! Please? Now, I got all the dragon coins, so we have that going for us. No! I don't like this level. Like, the entire purpose of this level seems to be to make you just sit around and wait for cycles to line up. And then you throw a bunch of RNG bullshit at the end. At least I'm not going to be tempted to try and get dragon coins anymore. I mean, doesn't mean I'm going to change my pathing through the level all that much, in all honesty, though. Like, I have something that kind of works. So... Oh! God, I hate it when it explodes right on top of it. Just tedious. Like, I was running out of time before, because you just have to sit and wait. Though some of these definitely feel like they're scripted to be, like, a few... Like, just a little bit after it spawns, and then it's on the regular timer. Because some of them are just irritatingly consistent that way. I can't tell if that's on screen or not. It is on screen. Thank goodness that was close enough for that. And this one's also consistent. One. Okay, I'm not even gonna go for that, because I don't need to. I don't think it's worth the risk, in all honesty. Okay, I don't know how to do this part without getting hit. Wait. No, I think I actually do. Oh, now it doesn't go off. Oh, crap. Oh, right, because it's gonna... No. Okay. It's gonna run for it. Sort of. It's actually funny. Okay. No. Alright, well, the good news is it hasn't spawned very low yet. Whew, okay, done. Didn't realize I was so close. It was a minute and a half of real time. Now let's check out the Switch Palace. See if it also explodes. Oh. You have a chance to jump. What's the point of doing that? I don't know if this would have made the level significantly easier except getting that one power-up. I think that's the only thing that would have been helpful for, so I don't even know why bother, in all honesty. Like, and I guess there's one other spot where I could stay on the ground instead of having to do a short jump, but I don't think it made a difference. It's a weird choice. A very weird choice to have a Switch Palace and then not really have it substantially change the level. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of the, like, level design contest Switch Palace meta. It just doesn't really work all that well for me. Especially because, like, if it is put into a compilation, you have to be able to turn it on and off on a per-level basis or something. It's just kind of a weird feature. But anyway, that was a level. I'm glad it's over. I'm just, honestly, the explosion stuff just made me feel like I needed to wait around in order to do anything. And the timer kind of bore that out. It took an hour and a half, or took a minute and a half of play to get from the beginning to the end. And an awful lot of that was just standing around ducking, waiting for the cycles to line up, which is okay, fun, I don't know. Cool idea. I'm not sure I like. I don't really sure I like the gimmick in terms of how it played, but it really was pretty. I liked the fireworks going off. That was fun. But I'm glad it's done.